Hey up, BrewTube et al. How are you all doing? Right, today we're going to make some more country wine. Today is oh no, it's not elderflower, it's elderberry. We've already done elderflower, although I didn't do a video of it. So this morning I went out and picked I picked a lot. But still only enough for a 1 gallon batch. So overall I've got 1.5 kilograms of elderberries thusly. So obviously when you're out and about and you're picking them, you're just gonna pick those. You're not gonna pick the individual berries whilst you're kind of out and about. So just snap them off and then sort them out when you get in. So what I did, if you can see it there actually, just lob them in a bag for life whilst you're out and about too. So I was just out with the kids this morning and the wife, just out on the walk in the countryside. So I was picking elderberries as I was going along. The little one was on my shoulders to help me get all the best ones that are always usually way up high, so it was handy. So I had a good time, so it was great. Obviously when you get home, the best way I found is the humble fork. So I'm going to shove all the elderberries in here in a minute anyway, so just kind of like splay them open like that and literally just kind of flick them off. Oops. So we don't want any of that, all that wood. Just want the berries. There we go. Now, obviously you're going to end up with bits of wood and stuff in there, so get rid of the big bits, like that. But you're going to end up with some in there, so as long as you've not got loads, just kind of fish out any of the bigger bits. And naturally you're going to end up with like some little elderberries that are not quite right. Again, you can see the kind of colour of them. They're all pretty much black, so, or deep purple, whatever colour they are. So as long as you've not got a load of them in, you're all right. So in terms of foraging, if you're not sure, don't pick them. But it's easy enough to look up. I mean, you've just seen what that looks like, and you're not mistaking it with much, are you? Possibly dogwood. I think it's got quite like purple berries. I think they're a little bit bigger, but in smaller bunches. So if you're not sure, don't pick them. But it's easy enough to look up, what an elder tree looks like, and what the elderflowers and elderberries look like, and the trees kind of like, all gnarled and arthritic. They're weird looking things, so kind of bark's always peeling off and they look like they're about to die, but they're very, very fruitful and they give a lot. So elderflowers, champion; elderberries, also champion. If you went picking elderflowers earlier on in the season, around May time, don't go back to the same plant, especially if you picked all of the elderflowers. Because there's not going to be any elderberries because the flowers won't have pollinated. So, when you are picking elderflowers, pick sparingly from different trees, and then you can go back and get all the flowers that are pollinated and pick the berries. So anyway, I'm waffling already. So 1.5 kilograms of elderberries, just over, but counting. So all I'm going to do is a sterilised bucket and a sterilised masher, but the boiling hot water is going to kill any nasties anyway. So I'm just gently, very gently, going to just give these a bit of a crush. Just to kind of release the juice a little bit. So you get the idea. I'll be back in a second. Right, so giving them, you know, a good crush. Not like I said, not too vigorous, because you don't want to crush the pips in there. It's going to release like loads and loads of tannins, and you know, it's going to make it a bit bitter. But elderberries are tannin rich anyway, so you don't really need that. And you can see that, you know, nice bit of juice is released, just to get all the goodness out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, I said this is a 1 gallon batch, so you're going to get 6 bottles out of it. So 1.5 kilograms of elderberries. With it, I'm going to put 1.2 kilograms of sugar and 4.5 litres of boiling water. Now, you don't tend to have much of an issue in terms of like, you know, wild yeast and, you know, horrible nasty things with elderberries. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put boiling water on, and that'll take care of anything. So any kind of bugs or creepy crawlers or whatever that might have made their way into here. I've already fished a couple of spiders out from when I was like forking the berries off, so you know that's always going to happen. But the boiling water will take care of anything in terms of, like I said, what, you know, any bugs and stuff, and you know, wild yeast. I don't really tend to have a problem with it. If you want to be 100% sure, put your boiling water in, and then stick a Camden tablet in and leave it 24 hours before you then put the sugar in, and then the yeast obviously. But I'm not going to do that, so it's entirely up to you. If you want to be safe, you know, you don't want to kind of chance risking, you know, the time that you've spent picking the berries and kind of doing the preparation and stuff, then that's fine. I've never had a problem with it, so I'm going to stick with what I know. Okay, so berries crushed, potato masher attack in there, sugar, I already have a bit of a bag left, so I've got 250 grams there, so I'm not going to split those. Right, in the water. That's 2 litres. Give it a quick stir. Get rid of all that gritty sugar, but it's going to dissolve pretty quick with the boiling hot water anyway. Okay, so I'm going to try and keep this video pretty short. So 2.5 more litres of boiling hot water is going to go in here. I'm going to wait for it to cool, and then I'm going to come back and we'll pitch the yeast. Probably put a bit of yeast nutrient in there as well, and that'll pretty much do us. So see you in a bit. Morning. It is the day after the evening before the last bit, so I've let this cool overnight, and we're down to kind of, you know, around 22, 23 degrees Celsius at the minute, so that's fine for the next kind of stage, pitching the yeast and the yeast nutrient. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. God, that smells so good. You can probably see it's like a soupy texture now. Lovely stuff. So, like a few vitamin B1 tablets. Crush them with a spoon. And I'm just going to use some all-purpose red wine yeast. I was originally going to use some Bordeaux yeast, but I think I'm going to save that for slow wine. So I'm going to try and find some slows. I'm going to try and find enough slows. I know where they grow in loads of different places around here, but there's not many actual slows on the plants at the minute, on the trees. So, or bush, whatever it is. So whether someone's already been and got them, I don't know, but I'm going to try and use that for that. So all-purpose red, I used that last year and it was super, so no problem at all using that. Sterilized spoon. Just give it a little gentle mix. In fact, should we put some pectolase in? I'll put a little bit of pectolase in as well, just in case. So I'm not sure if I actually need this, but for anyone who's not aware, so if you're using boiling water on fruit, it tends to release pectin, and pectin causes like a pectin haze. So when your final wine's going to be hazy, I can't remember if I used this last year or not. I don't think I really need to, but there's no harm, no foul. So I'll stick a teaspoon in. So no point taking any chances. It's purely aesthetic. If you have a hazy wine because you've got a bit of pectin haze in there, it's not a problem. It tastes exactly the same. There's something about hazy wine that doesn't quite look right. So let's stick a teaspoon in there, and that'll be easily enough. My record keeping shoddy. I don't think I listed the pectolase down, but that's not to say that I didn't use it. So I'll stick it in. Right, and that's it. So I'm just gonna put the lid on. It's a loose fitting lid. If you've seen other videos, you know. So that's going to be, it's loose enough to let any CO2 out from the fermentation bin. And what I'm going to do is for the next kind of 6 or 7 days, I'm going to stir this once a day, every day. When that's done, I'm going to strain the elderberries out. So I'm just going to use, I tend to use 2. I tend to use kind of like a coarse one on top, and then a finer one underneath, just to kind of catch any smaller particles before it goes into the demijohn. So yeah, so I'm going to strain the elderberries out, put it in a glass demijohn, 5 litre demijohn, maybe 4.5, depending on which ones I've got free. Hopefully 5, because I'll give you a bit more on it. I'm going to stick a lock on it, and I'm going to leave it for a month. And then when that is kind of, after about a month, it should be pretty much fermented out. So then you should stop seeing, the bubbles coming through the airlock. After that 1 month in the glass demijohn, I'm going to stick it into another glass demijohn, and rack it off, siphon it off into another one, and that's where it's kind of gonna go through its clearing process. So any kind of haziness that might still be left from any sediment that's in suspension, all that's going to come out and fall to the bottom. So after the first demijohn, you probably see a little bit of sediment. Once it's finished in the second demijohn, so it's going to be in the second demijohn for about probably 2 months, you really shouldn't be seeing much sediment. Maybe just a very, very kind of fine layer on the bottom. So after that second demijohn, 2 months down the line, maybe 3, depending on kind of what wine you're doing, but this one should be ready after 2 quite easily. Then you're good to bottle it. Once you've bottled it, a word to the wise with elderberry wine, it is quite rich in tannin. so it needs a while to kind of subside. So you get that real kind of bite, you know, and tannin is in tea. So you know that kind of bite when you have a strong cup of tea, you get that kind of sensation, I suppose, you know, from any mature elderberry wine. So really, you want to be leaving it at least 6 months in the bottle, preferably 12 if you can wait that long. Now, it's not to say that it's going to be a bad wine or anything like that. It just allows that kind of tannin level to mellow a bit and become more of a background note rather than, you know, right at the kind of forefront of the wine. So just a tip for you, if you can wait that long, then you should, because this is an absolutely superb wine. So this and blackberry wine kind of go head to head for the king of the country reds. So yeah, I'm obviously not going to show you the rest of the racking. This is the end of the video. So I hope you've found it useful. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you again, hopefully, for the slow wine video. So we'll see how we get on with that. Till next time, I'll say that.